Rob and Roz, Jacaranda FM. Explain Well. Exclusive to The Drive with Rob and Roz.
So we got the news late last week about something that happened at Primrose Primary School in Germiston, where a 13-year-old child brought a gun to school and shot his principal.
Yes,
and
you
there
heard
was
right.
there was talk about now today we're finding out that there was a plan to shoot 3 teachers at his school, and he was discussing this in a WhatsApp group with other pupils. And for a primary school, I can't even wrap my head around it.
Vir my as 'n ouer, die eerste ding wat ek dink is, as hierdie kind dit kan doen op 13, wat kan hy doen op 16?
I'm trying to work out, like, how do we get this thought process in our head? What is going on that this becomes an idea that, you want to pull off? And I see also in the news related to that, they've charged his father with negligent possession of a firearm, which absolutely you should. No 13-year-old kid should be able to get their hands on anyone's gun. The entire story is just ridiculous.
It really is, and it really, the things that you guys are talking about being scared to go to school is a real thing. The MEC actually went to visit the school today, and he had to tell kids, listen, it's fine, you can come to school, you don't have to be afraid. But one group of people that we're kind of missing always when we talk about this is the educators themselves, the teachers. So this again highlights the threats faced by teachers. So I spoke to the CEO of the Federation of School Governing Bodies, Jaco Deacon, because they get to deal with this all the time. And he says not all stories of abuse against teachers make the news. There was something else that happened last week.
The shooting incident made the news, but there was also a report of an educator being assaulted after breaking up learners in a brawl. There are more cases in high schools than primary schools, from physical contact to verbal bullying or serious threats.
Teachers have been shouted at, they've been scolded, they've been threatened, slapped, shoved around.
So that last voice there was the executive director of the Professional Teachers Organization, Basil Manuel, and he also says that most of these cases that they mentioned are underreported.
Because of fear sometimes of reporting it, but also there's the great issue of embarrassment. They're embarrassed of their own family, they're embarrassed to let their colleagues know, and returning to class is hugely difficult.
He also said that they're scared that something like this gets out in the media, and then everyone knows that you cannot maintain discipline within your class. And both of these guys agree there's no quick fix.
Cameras in schools and classrooms can also help a lot.
Parents, police, the management teams at schools, and the department must work together.
Parents can also be held accountable themselves if they're part of the problem. So it's important to consider how you talk about the school and about the educators, and act and respond if there's a complaint from the school.
Dit is net vir my so moeilik om te verstaan dat die onderwysers nou hierdie ding ook moet hanteer. Die onderwysstelsel in Suid-Afrika, veral in die openbare skole, is alreeds onder soveel druk, under-resourced. The kids are coming from environments that are not enabling them to learn. Kids don't have lunch, they don't have. Daar's soveel ander goed nou met hulle hiermee ook sit. Dan, ek weet nie of julle daai storie in 2021 gevolg het nie, but Ethan Crumbley, the Oxford High School shooter, his mother was actually found guilty just a couple of weeks ago.
Ja, ons het daaroor gepraat, ek onthou dit. Ja.
Negligence with the firearm, and she was prosecuted for involuntary manslaughter. She's going to be sentenced in March. His father is also got a trial coming up because of the fact that there were warning signs that this boy was not coping, and the fact that the mother gave this Ethan Crumbley the gun. She gave it to him, knowing that there were mental health issues and knowing that there were a few things that wasn't so lekker with her son, and she was negligent as a parent.
This whole story, it's terrifying because no teacher should have to go through that. No other child should have to go to a school or be in an environment where dangerous things like this can happen. Like, we are not a country that, does guns at schools, and we should never become anything remotely like that. And we're going to have to find out And I'm sure the people in charge will do the investigations and so on, and I hope they do it properly. Find out what was going on at home. Find out what was happening. Find out the backstory and the situation, how this was allowed to happen in the first place. You know, the dad's already been charged, and it's going to be a serious thing. Like, there are so many points of failure in this chain. You're right, Roz. I don't even know where you start fixing the chain.
It seems like it's going to be a very long process, but both of them are in court today. They're expected to be there, and we are keeping tabs on it in the news team, so we'll let you know what happens. But it would also be interesting to hear what listeners have to share about this.
Yeah, it's a very, very scary situation, man. Schools should never be a place where anyone feels unsafe.
The Drive with Rob and Roz. Weekdays 4 to 7. Jacaranda FM.